Ever found yourself at a loss when the woman in your life seems to be drifting away? You're certainly not the only one. Countless men find themselves in this bewildering situation, often feeling powerless and unsure about how to revive the fading spark in their relationship. It's a delicate moment where the wrong move could push her further away, making a tricky situation even more tangled and challenging. Today, we're not just going to discuss what typically goes wrong. Instead, we'll explore how the timeless wisdom of Stoicism can guide you through these tumultuous times with grace and effectiveness. By incorporating Stoic strategies into your interactions, you'll learn how to create a space of understanding and mutual respect, which is fundamental for rekindling any relationship. You'll discover the subtle art of drawing someone close without desperation or losing your dignity. This video will arm you with practical, philosophical insights that will not only help you regain her interest, but also ensure that your relationship thrives moving forward. So, if you're ready to take control of your emotional destiny and bring a new depth to your relationships, this is the video for you. Don't forget to hit the like button if you find our discussion helpful, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content that helps you navigate life's complexities with Stoic wisdom. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Don't pursue her. In the realm of relationships, one crucial principle is learning to resist the urge to chase after your partner, especially when you sense her pulling away. This principle aligns with Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes self-control and understanding the things within our power. When you chase after someone, it often stems from a place of fear and insecurity, both of which are emotions Stoicism teaches us to manage and overcome. Suppose you've been dating someone for a while, and suddenly she seems distant. Your instinct might be to flood her with messages, show up unexpectedly, or continuously seek her attention. However, Stoicism advises against such reactions. Instead, it teaches us to remain composed and focus on what we can control, our actions and our mindset. When you refrain from chasing her, you're demonstrating confidence in your own value. This isn't about playing games or using reverse psychology. It's about genuinely believing that you are enough, and that your happiness doesn't solely depend on her presence. By giving her space, you allow her the freedom to reflect on her own feelings, without the pressure of your constant presence. Let's delve into an example. John, a high-value man who embodies Stoic principles, notices his girlfriend Sarah becoming increasingly distant. Instead of panicking and bombarding her with questions or trying to win her back through grand gestures, John decides to take a step back. He continues to live his life fully, pursuing his hobbies, spending time with friends, and focusing on his personal growth. John lets Sarah know he's still interested, but he keeps it light and brief. He might send a simple message like, "Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm here if you need to talk." This approach communicates that he cares about her, but also that he respects her space and trusts her process. It shows that he is there for her, but he is also strong and independent, not dependent on her for his happiness. In time, Sarah begins to appreciate John's maturity and confidence. She sees that he values both their relationship and his own well-being. This balanced approach often leads to a stronger, more respectful connection. Sarah feels free to work through her personal issues without feeling pressured, and John's steady, composed demeanor makes him even more attractive to her. The key takeaway here is that by not chasing her, you're demonstrating a deep sense of self-worth and emotional maturity. You are showing that you care about her, but you're also okay on your own. This balance is incredibly appealing and often draws people back together naturally. Remember, in the words of the Stoics, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Stay grounded, Focus on your inner strength and let the relationship unfold as it will. Number 2, maintain your cool. When you notice your partner seems a bit distant, it is important not to jump to conclusions. This is where the principles of Stoicism can be really helpful. Not all women are consistently affectionate, and that's perfectly normal. Instead of panicking or thinking the worst, take a moment to breathe and gather your thoughts. Stoicism advises us to keep our composure and not let our emotions dictate our actions. It's easy for anxiety and fear to cloud our judgment, but by staying present and observing without immediate reaction, you give both yourself and your partner the space needed to understand their feelings. Your first impulse might be to fix whatever seems wrong to bring her back, but it's vital to keep a clear head and observe how things develop. Think of it like steering a ship. If you react impulsively to every wave, you'll never have a smooth journey. Instead, watch the patterns and respond thoughtfully. Acting too quickly to solve a problem that might not even exist can backfire and push her further away. Overreacting or trying to figure out why she is pulling away can do more harm than good. It's important to realize that sometimes people need space to process their thoughts and emotions, and pressuring them can create stress and discomfort. Imagine how you would feel if someone made a big deal every time you weren't in the mood for affection. It would likely make you feel pressured and even more distant. That's a pretty significant warning sign, right? Everyone has moments when they need a bit of solitude or time to themselves. Respecting that space can actually strengthen the bond between you. By not making a fuss over every little change in behavior, you show maturity and respect for her autonomy, which in turn builds trust and a deeper connection. The key here is to stay relaxed and practice the Stoic principle of patience. If there is a real issue, it won't just disappear overnight, but will become more apparent over time. Patience is your best ally in these moments. Give her the time she needs, and if something is truly on her mind, she will likely open up about it when she's ready. Just be there, be patient, and let things unfold naturally. Meanwhile, focus on your own well-being and interests. By showing that you can maintain your balance regardless of external circumstances, you embody the resilience and strength that are core to Stoic philosophy. Sometimes, inaction is the best course of action. Rather than trying to control the situation, let it unfold naturally. Trust in the strength of your relationship and the natural flow of things. By maintaining your calm and not overreacting, you show her that you are a stable and reliable presence in her life, which is ultimately what will draw her back to you. Remember, sometimes the best action is inaction. By embracing this approach, you not only give her the space to come back to you on her own terms, but also reinforce your own sense of inner peace and confidence, which is incredibly attractive in its own right. Number 3, respect her space. When you're trying to get a woman back, one of the most crucial steps is giving her space. After you have made an effort to address any issues or misunderstandings that led to the rift, it's essential to step back a bit. This means allowing her the space and time she might need to process her thoughts and emotions. Imagine you've had a disagreement or a misunderstanding that caused a strain in your relationship. You've had a sincere conversation where you both expressed your feelings and concerns. Now, rather than continuously checking in or trying to fix things immediately, give her room to breathe. This space is not just for her, it's for you too. It allows both of you to reflect on what's happened, gain perspective, and decide on the best way forward. In Stoicism, There is a significant emphasis on focusing on what is within our control and accepting what is not. You cannot control her feelings or decisions, but you can control your actions and reactions. By giving her space, you are showing respect for her autonomy and allowing the natural course of events to unfold. This does not mean you are giving up. Instead, you are exercising wisdom by understanding that sometimes time apart can heal wounds and provide clarity. If she needs time alone to figure things out, respect that need. Avoid the urge to constantly contact her or to show up where she might be. This can be incredibly challenging, especially if you feel a strong desire to be close to her and fix things immediately. However, remember that suffocating her with attention or not respecting her boundaries can push her further away. Instead, be courteous and kind if you happen to encounter her in social situations. Make it clear that you respect her need for space and that you are not going to intrude. This respectful distance can show her that you are considerate and emotionally mature, qualities that are attractive and can reignite her interest. However, balance is key. While giving space, ensure you don't distance yourself too much. There's a fine line between giving space and disappearing completely. If you leave her alone for too long, she might start to believe that you've moved on, and she might do the same. Stay subtly connected without being overbearing. A simple message checking in on her well-being after some time can show that you care, without overstepping boundaries. By embodying Stoic principles such as patience, self-control, and respect for her autonomy, you demonstrate high-value traits that can make her see you in a new light. This approach not only gives her the time to miss you, but also allows you to grow and reflect, ultimately strengthening your character and making you more attractive. So remember, give her the right amount of space. It's a delicate balance, but when done correctly, it can open the door to reconciliation and a stronger, healthier relationship. Number 4, avoid overwhelming her with texts. When it comes to getting a woman back, less is often more. Bombarding her with a flood of texts or constant calls is not the way to win her back. In fact, sending a barrage of messages asking what went wrong or pleading for her return can push her further away. It's essential to avoid overwhelming her phone with your texts or calls. This behavior can come across as desperate and disrespectful of her need for space. Desperation can be off-putting and often signals a lack of self-control, making it harder for her to see the value in the relationship. Instead, you need to show restraint and respect for her autonomy. Let's look at this from a Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches us to maintain control over our emotions and actions, to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Imagine you're navigating a stormy sea. Panicking and flailing about will only tire you out and potentially capsize your boat. Instead, you must remain calm and steer with purpose. This principle applies to relationships as well. When she's distant, reacting with a flurry of messages and calls is akin to panicking in a storm. It's ineffective and potentially destructive. Instead, embrace patience and demonstrate respect for her boundaries, showing that you are composed and understanding. For example, if she has stopped replying to your texts, resist the urge to send multiple follow-up messages. Instead, send one thoughtful message expressing that you're there if she wants to talk, and then give her space. This shows that you respect her feelings and are mature enough to give her the time she needs. By sending just one considerate message, you communicate your willingness to listen and your respect for her autonomy. It also allows her to process her feelings without the added pressure of constant communication. making it more likely for her to reach out when she is ready. It is also crucial to avoid fixating on her social media activities. Continuously monitoring her profiles and scrutinizing every like or comment will only heighten your anxiety and lead to irrational thoughts. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot. You cannot control her actions or her social media presence, but you can control how you respond to them. This means resisting the urge to cyberstalk and instead focusing on your own well-being. Use this time to engage in activities that improve your mental and emotional health, such as hobbies, exercise, or spending time with supportive friends and family. By showing that you can wait without pressuring her, you prove that you respect her and the natural flow of your relationship, which can rekindle her interest and affection. By not bombarding her with messages and avoiding the temptation to stalk her online, you're taking a healthier approach for both of you. This restraint shows maturity and self-control, which are not only core tenets of Stoicism, but also qualities that can rekindle her interest in you. It's about showing that you understand and care about her feelings, and that you are confident enough to give her the space she needs, all while maintaining your own peace of mind. This balanced approach helps you build a stronger, more respectful relationship dynamic that can endure challenges and grow over time. Number 5, reflect on your actions. When things go wrong in a relationship, it's natural to feel hurt and confused. However, a key Stoic principle is to examine your own role in the situation. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything, but rather taking a balanced view of your actions and their impact. Reflecting on your own behavior can be a powerful way to understand and improve the dynamics between you and your partner. Consider a situation where you might have unintentionally neglected your partner's emotional needs. For example, if she mentioned feeling unheard or unappreciated, it's crucial to reflect on how your actions might have contributed to her feelings. Have you been distracted by work or other commitments? Have you failed to express your appreciation for her in meaningful ways? By taking the time to analyze these aspects, you can uncover patterns of behavior that may have impacted your relationship. Perhaps you've been so caught up in your own world that you've overlooked her emotional cues. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards addressing them and fostering a deeper connection. Think about how you can be more present and emotionally available. Maybe you need to set aside dedicated time each day to listen to her without distractions. This simple act of giving her your full attention can make a huge difference. Being open to her perspective and finding a middle ground in disagreements shows that you value her feelings and opinions. This doesn't mean sacrificing your own needs, but rather finding a balance that works for both of you. The Stoics taught that relationships are about mutual respect and understanding. By actively listening and showing empathy, you demonstrate your commitment to the relationship and create a space where both partners feel valued and heard. In the spirit of Stoicism, approach this reflection without harsh self-criticism. Instead, use it as an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, often emphasized the importance of self-awareness and self-improvement. By honestly evaluating your actions, you can identify small but significant changes to make. This process of self-improvement aligns with the Stoic belief in progress and personal development. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making continuous efforts to become a better person. By adopting this mindset, you can turn challenges into opportunities for growth and strengthen your relationship in the process. Remember, reflecting on your actions isn't about finding fault, but about understanding and improving the relationship. By making thoughtful changes, you can create a more supportive and loving environment. This not only helps you grow as an individual, but also paves the way for a stronger and more resilient relationship. Number 6, prioritize yourself. When you're giving her some space, it's important to keep busy with your own life instead of just waiting for her to return. In Stoicism, this idea is about focusing on what's in your control, your actions, your thoughts, and your own life. If you've done all you can to fix things between you, dwelling on it won't help. Waiting and worrying can really wear you down, both mentally and physically. This ties into the Stoic idea of keeping your peace, no matter what's going on around you. Think of it this way. You might feel like saying yes to everything she wants just to get her back, but this could make you bitter down the road. You have to ask yourself, is it really worth it if it means you might end up resenting her? That's why it's key to look after yourself, or at least not forget about your own happiness. Marcus Aurelius, a well-known Stoic, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By taking care of your own well-being, you stay strong and balanced regardless of what's happening in your relationship. For example, say you've been trying to patch things up, but she's still keeping her distance. Instead of just waiting for her call, throw yourself into other parts of your life. Push forward in your job or chase those career dreams with everything you've got. Make time for fun. Pick up hobbies that make you happy and fulfilled. Maybe there's a skill you've wanted to learn or an old passion to revisit. Now's a great time to dive back into those. Hanging out with friends is another good way to put yourself first. They can remind you of the perks of being single and help you see things from a fresh angle. Friends bring support and laughs that can lighten your spirits and boost your self-worth. Also, getting out there and socializing can help you make new friends and strengthen old ties. Taking good care of yourself is crucial. That means looking after your physical health with regular exercise, eating right, and getting enough sleep. It also means caring for your mental and emotional health, maybe through meditation, writing in a journal, or just some quiet time to think about your goals and what's important to you. In short, putting yourself first during this time isn't selfish. It's about making sure you stay strong, healthy, and happy. By focusing on your own growth and well-being, you not only improve your life but also become more appealing and well-rounded. Whether she comes back or not, you'll be better prepared for whatever comes next. Remember, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Number 7, rectify your mistakes. In the journey of Stoicism, owning up to your mistakes is a fundamental principle. If you realize you've said or done something that upsets her, don't shy away from saying sorry. This isn't just about uttering the word sorry. It's about showing her that you are mature enough to own your mistakes. Imagine a situation where you accidentally hurt her feelings with a careless remark. Instead of avoiding the topic or making excuses, face it head on. Let her know that while everyone messes up sometimes, not everyone is brave enough to admit it and try to fix things. Show her that you are someone who takes responsibility, especially because you value your relationship with her. Apologizing and making amends can achieve more than just winning her back. It proves that you own your actions, a quality highly valued in Stoic philosophy. However, if your mistake was significant, understand that repairing the damage will take time. Stoicism emphasizes patience and perseverance, reminding us that healing wounds and rebuilding trust requires time and effort. Yes, a helpful approach is to ask her, "What can I do to help you feel secure again?" This question carries significant weight. It demonstrates that you genuinely care about her emotions and are dedicated to making amends. By identifying where you may have compromised her trust or sense of safety, you show your readiness to learn and evolve. For instance, if she feels you haven't been listening to her, make a conscious effort to be more attentive. Show her that her words matter to you. This part can be complex, and if you are struggling, it might be helpful to seek advice from a relationship coach. They can guide you on how to effectively rebuild the trust and safety that's essential in a healthy relationship. In essence, making up for your mistakes isn't just about mending the relationship. It's about demonstrating your commitment to personal growth and showing her that you are capable of change. Embrace the Stoic principles of humility and responsibility, and let your actions speak louder than your words. By doing so, you not only win her back, but also strengthen the foundation of your relationship, making it more resilient and enduring. Number 8. Communicate clearly and openly. In Stoicism, clear and honest communication holds paramount importance, particularly when you're looking to mend a connection with a woman who has grown distant. This is because, in relationships, it's much more effective to address issues directly rather than making assumptions about underlying problems. Picture this. You've been getting along well with her, but suddenly she starts to distance herself. Instead of trying to guess what she's thinking, go straight to the point. You could say, "It felt like we were really clicking, but I've noticed you've started to pull away. I gave you some space, thinking that's what you needed, but I'd like to understand what's going on. Can we talk about it?" This approach of straightforward communication serves multiple purposes. Firstly, it signals to her that you are observant and concerned enough about the relationship to bring up the change. Secondly, it invites her to share her own feelings and thoughts, which may be related to entirely different issues than what you might expect. She might be grappling with personal issues or stress, and your initiative to open a dialogue offers her a safe space to express herself. Once she begins to open up, it's crucial to delve deeper into understanding her needs. Continue the conversation by asking, "What do you need from me at this moment? How can we tackle this together, especially if there's a way forward for us?" This question not only shows them that you're interested in her perspective, but also demonstrates your willingness to be a part of the solution, further solidifying your support. Maintaining a calm and casual tone throughout this interaction is essential. Avoid any semblance of desperation or neediness. Instead, let your demeanor reflect steadiness and genuine concern. This aligns with Stoic principles of maintaining equilibrium and thoughtfulness, even in situations fraught with emotional complexity. By engaging in such direct and considerate communication, you are not only addressing the immediate concerns, but also laying a foundation for a relationship characterized by stronger, more honest interactions. Although this conversation might not resolve all issues instantly, it prevents you from being left in the dark, constantly wondering what went wrong. It marks a significant step towards reigniting and strengthening your connection, anchored in mutual respect and understanding. Number 9. Know when to say goodbye. In life, there are moments when we need to face the reality that things just aren't working out, and that's perfectly okay. As the Stoics teach us, accepting what we cannot change is a crucial step toward inner peace and wisdom. When it comes to relationships, this principle is especially important. Let's say you've been trying to mend a relationship, doing everything in your power to make things right. But despite your best efforts, it seems like nothing is changing. It's at this point that you need to take a step back and ask yourself, is this effort truly worth it? Is holding on helping either of you grow and become better people? Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminds us in his Meditations that we must learn to accept the natural flow of events. understanding that everything happens for a reason, and sometimes we cannot control the outcomes. In this context, knowing when to let her go becomes an act of wisdom rather than defeat. Let's look at an example. You're in a relationship where you feel like you're constantly the one making compromises and sacrifices, but your efforts aren't being reciprocated. You spend your days and nights worrying about how to fix things, but your partner seems indifferent or distant. Despite your love and commitment, the relationship isn't flourishing, and you're left feeling unappreciated and drained. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminds us in his Meditations that we must learn to accept the natural flow of events, understanding that everything happens for a reason, and sometimes we cannot control the outcomes. In this context, knowing when to let her go becomes an act of wisdom rather than defeat. Let's look at an example. You're in a relationship where you feel like you're constantly the one making compromises and sacrifices, but your efforts aren't being reciprocated. You spend your days and nights worrying about how to fix things, but your partner seems indifferent or distant. Despite your love and commitment, the relationship isn't flourishing, and you're left feeling unappreciated and drained. Here is where Stoic wisdom can guide you. Instead of clinging to the hope that things will magically improve, it's crucial to accept the reality of the situation. Recognize that you deserve someone who values and respects you as much as you do them. Holding on to someone who isn't interested or invested in the relationship isn't beneficial for either of you. It's like trying to water a plant that simply refuses to grow. Embrace the Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control: your actions, your mindset, and your future. Letting her go doesn't mean you didn't try hard enough or that you're giving up on love. It means you're acknowledging the truth and freeing yourself to find someone who truly wants to be with you, someone who will appreciate and reciprocate your efforts. Remember, there are many people out there, and each ending brings a new beginning. By letting go, you open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences, allowing yourself to grow and find happiness with someone who truly aligns with your values and desires. In summary, knowing when it's time to let her go is not just about moving on. It's about embracing the Stoic principles of acceptance and wisdom. It's about understanding that holding on to someone who isn't interested isn't good for either of you. You deserve a relationship where both partners are equally invested and committed. So take a deep breath, let go of what's not meant to be, and look forward to the brighter future that awaits you. Number 10, focus on your growth. Instead of obsessing over what went wrong, take this opportunity to turn inward and focus on your personal growth. Use this time to genuinely evaluate your life. What are your passions? What activities bring you joy and fulfillment? Maybe it's diving deeper into your work, exploring new hobbies, or simply spending quality time with friends. These pursuits are more than just distractions. They are investments in your well-being. For example, if you've always been interested in painting, but never found the time, now is the perfect moment to start. Enroll in a class or set up a small studio space at home. As you immerse yourself in this creative process, you'll find a sense of peace and accomplishment that extends beyond the breakup. Taking care of yourself not only improves your overall well-being, but also demonstrates strength and self-sufficiency. Picture this. You've been consistently going to the gym, eating healthily, and pursuing your hobbies. When she sees you again, she'll notice a confident, balanced person who is thriving independently. This self-assurance is incredibly attractive. It shows that you are not defined by the relationship, but are capable of standing strong on your own. Remember, the Stoic way is to focus on what you can control: your actions, your thoughts, your growth. By doing this, you become a better version of yourself. This journey of self-improvement doesn't just make you more appealing to her, it enriches your life in every way. When she sees this transformation, she'll be drawn to your newfound confidence and balance, making the possibility of rekindling the relationship much stronger. So, embrace this time for growth. Reflect, set goals, and pursue your passions. This isn't just about winning her back. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. And in doing so, you'll naturally attract the right people into your life. As we wrap up our discussion, it's evident that interpreting a woman's actions, particularly when she withdraws, presents challenges. Handling these situations with sensitivity and thoughtfulness is paramount. Every action should be deliberate and mindful of her emotions and personal space. Take time to analyze the situation thoroughly and remember that patience is essential. Embracing Stoic principles can serve as your beacon in these moments. Stoicism encourages us to remain composed and focused on what we can control, letting go of what we cannot. Applying this philosophy allows us to navigate such moments gracefully, maintaining inner peace, despite external circumstances. View each interaction as an opportunity to practice patience and empathy. Instead of reacting hastily, step back, take a breath, and consider the best course of action. This deliberate approach not only demonstrates respect for her feelings, but also fortifies your character and emotional resilience. Remember, personal growth originates from within. By cultivating a Stoic mindset, you can navigate relationship complexities with greater ease and confidence. It's about evolving into your best self through introspection and deliberate choices, rather than conforming to external expectations. If you have made it this far, comment below "Great" to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. We love hearing your thoughts and experiences as they add value to our community. For more interesting topics and deep dives into the principles of Stoicism, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. These videos are handpicked to help you continue your journey of self-improvement and understanding. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.